Be warned, this video will contain spoilers. Apple TV's Pluribus wastes no time throwing us into one of the most fascinating sci-fi setups in recent memory, a world infected by happiness itself. From the first episode, nearly every human being on the planet becomes infected with a mysterious happiness virus. But a small number of people, including our protagonist Carol, somehow remain immune. What's chilling is how normal the world starts to feel under this strange new order. Everyone's smiling, everyone content. Except for Carol, who's left standing in a reality that's turned disturbingly cheerful. Across the first 2 episodes, we watch Carol navigate this warped version of humanity. The show hints at how the virus began and spread, but it deliberately holds back on who created it or why. Instead, it focuses on Carol's growing isolation, not only from the infected but even from other immune survivors who can't quite handle her intensity. Every time she tries to connect, her cynicism and blunt honesty seem to drive people away, and that tension reaches a breaking point by the end of episode 2. That's where things take a fascinating turn. Carol's infected chaperone, Zojia, is about to leave on a plane with Kumba, one of the immune survivors. But Carol stops her. It's not an impulsive act of control, it's a moral stand. Carol realizes Kumba isn't some noble survivor trying to rebuild civilization. Instead, he's exploiting the situation, using the apocalypse to pursue something grossly self-serving, asking if Zojia can join his group of romantic partners. It's disturbing, and Carol sees it for what it is, a reflection of how people can take advantage of the infected's enforced kindness. When she stops the plane, it's not just about keeping Zojia safe, it's about something deeper. Carol starts to understand that Zojia and the other infected might still have some spark of choice left. Zojia's hesitation, her ability to decide whether to stay or go, suggests that the virus hasn't fully erased free will. Carol's realization feels like a turning point. Maybe there's a way to reverse what's happened to humanity. Maybe the infection isn't absolute. And that small flicker of autonomy in Zojia could be the key to saving everyone. But then there's the mystery of why Carol is immune in the first place. The show doesn't give us clear answers yet, but the subtext is powerful. Carol isn't immune because she's biologically different. She's immune because of who she is. Her bitterness, her unhappiness, her refusal to conform, all of these darker traits that once made her seem broken are now her greatest strengths. In a world where fake joy rules everything, her pain is the only authentic thing left. It's a clever reversal of the typical hero arc. Carol's flaws make her the most human person alive, maybe even humanity's last hope. There's also that strange timer running through the show, a countdown that begins when the happiness virus is discovered and flips to counting upward after the infection is complete. It's as if time itself resets once the world becomes perfect. The infected no longer have ambitions or fears, so there's no reason to measure progress. It's eerie symbolism, the idea that once humans achieve forced happiness, they stop evolving altogether. The clock starts counting up, not as a sign of renewal, but as a marker that human history, the kind that involves struggle, pain, and growth, has ended. By the end of episode 2, we're left with the unsettling question of whether Carol herself is the problem. Some survivors blame her for resisting what they call the new normal. One even accuses her of causing millions of deaths through her refusal to adapt. But can you really call it survival when everyone's lost the ability to think or feel freely? Pluribus challenges that idea head-on, that peace or happiness can mean anything when individuality no longer exists. Carol's defiance might seem destructive, but maybe she's the only person left who remembers what it means to be alive. So what do you think? Is Carol truly humanity's savior, or its downfall? Do you think the happiness virus is something people should resist, or is Carol just refusing to evolve? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this show raises some big philosophical questions that are worth debating. And if you've been enjoying Pluribus so far, let's hear your theories about who created the virus and whether there's any hope for the infected.